Here in Adam, we have something called as analysis start. This we are keeping it anyway in our Adam data. Along with this, we create analysis start. We call it as ASTDT. A for analysis, ST for start, DT for date. Analysis start. Same way, you have an analysis end date. TM, E and ETC in the STTM. Here we have an analysis end date. We need to do some kind of imputation. So we have a partial dates. It means we have either month missing or somewhere the day is missing. That is called as a partial date. So if you see here, imputation has to be done as per the SAP. SAP is one of the document. As per the SAP document, you have to do an imputation. So what the SAP says is, I'll just give you an overview here itself. Whenever you have the day missing, you have to impute with a 01 in the day part. Let's say I have only February 2021. Concomitant medication started. SAP says that impute 01. That means it become 01 Feb 2021 overall. Let's say somewhere it says you have 2021. You have only year part present. Month and day both are missing. In that case, SAP says that you have to impute first 01 and 01. That means first day and first month, 01 Jan. That is the imputation which we have to use. For the imputation, we have a function. When we go in a SAS, we have to write the entire code, each line by line. But in a R, we have the function for it. Function name is derive where's dt. It's coming up from the again Admiral package. Derives where's dt is the function name. And we have some parameters here. So what are the parameters we have to pass? So DTC is one of the parameter. In that we are passing CM STDTC because we are creating the analysis start date variable using CM STDTC. I think this is the same function we use in a ADSL as well. Derives where's DT. But this time we are even doing the imputation as well. So this is in the first parameter pass CM STDTC because we are creating an analysis started. As we have understood, by default, the variable output variable name would be DT. So we are adding a prefix AST. So it will become ASTDT, analysis start date. We are doing an imputation. So earlier we are keeping date imputation as null because we are not doing any imputation in these dates. But here we are doing it. Date imputation, yes, we are doing it. Just mention first here because we are imputing either first day or first month. So just say here first. What we are imputing? We are imputing up to month. We are not imputing year in this study. So if let's say your study only says, SAP says only you have to impute day, then we'll mention here D. But in our SAP, it says you have to impute day as well as month. So highest imputation becomes month. Value is M. Do you have to create a flag imputation variable? Yes, it has to be created. So for that, we are mentioning flag imputation equal to yes. We are imputing the date. We are not imputing a time. So flag imputation equal to become date. If I run this and show you what is the output coming up, select function to show only the required information. Select, let's keep this variable, input variable. And what we are creating is ASTDT, ASTDT. Or let's do one thing. Let's keep something. Everything starts with STA or it starts with variable start with AS. Or I could see there is one more variable. So this will ASTDT. I'll explain you this program. Let me just use AS. All the variables starting with AS. Keep all those variables. Close the select function. Let's see what is output. CM date. So you see, this is my input variable. CM STDTC. And this is what we have created. Analysis start date. Now you notice here, we have a partial date. Day part is missing. It become 2016 09 01. 01, it's getting imputed because we have mentioned date imputation equal to first. And what we are imputing, we can get to know from this variable. Analysis date time imputation flag. We are imputing day value is D. Likewise, you can see here as well, we are imputing day 0, 1, so it becomes D. In this case, you see here, we have only the month part, sorry, year part. We are imputing here 0, 1, 0, 1. It should be 1st Jan 2015. Now you see here, 2015, 0, 1, 0, 1. 1st Jan 2015. What we are imputing? Maximum imputation is M. If you see M, the meaning is you are imputing month as well as day. Because it's not possible that you will find year and day part. If you have a month part missing, that means day part also would be missing. So M is the highest imputation. Likewise, you can see wherever you see M and D, there is an imputation done. If entirely everything is missing, we are not imputing anything as per the SAP. See here in this case, D. Makes sense? This is the analysis date time imputation flag. ASTDTF. Date time imputation flag. Same way, you have to create for the end date as well, which is analysis end date. We are passing CME and DTC. And date imputation is last. So what the SAP says is you have to impute the last day of the month. Or if in case your month is missing, then you have to impute the last month of the year. That's why I'm mentioning here last. ADT, analysis date. Like how we have LBDTC to know when a lab test is performed via DTC. Similarly, in the BDS, you have a variable called as ADT, analysis date. Since this is a structure of a BDS, we don't have any start date. We don't have any end date. If we have a start date, then the variable name would be ASTDT. If we have the end date, like we had in a ADA, ADCM, we were having a start date, end date. For test, we don't have. We only have the information when a particular test was performed. Analysis date. So you don't see ST or EN in between. You just have ADT. So you have to use LBDTC and create your ADT. And again, it will be in the same type, same format. The type would be numeric. And in a R, we cannot display in date 11. So we have decided that we are going to display in the ISO format. YY, year first, month, and then day. So which is the function we need to use for this? Same function we have used in all different 3 classes till now. What is the function name from Admiral for doing this?
Derive wires underscore dt.
Derive var dt. And what about this one? Analysis day. Before that, I don't have a start date. I don't have an end date. So I don't need analysis study start day. I don't need analysis end study day. I only have DTC, so I can only create analysis day, ADY. Earlier we were having ASTDY, AENDY. Yes. So for this, which function I have to use?
Derive wires dy.
Derive van dy. I can also see I have ADTM, analysis date and time. That means one variable is only to collect a date part. ADTM, that means when we have a time part, we need to display both date and time. We have discussed about this variable. Whenever you have a DTM, date and time. In a ADSL, we were seeing TRT, STTM. So for this, again, we have a function for this. The function name is derives var dt, just add m at the end. Derives var dt we have used, derives var dtm to create a variable which will have both date and time part. For this, as you have said, derives var dy. Okay, so let's do that. Oh, I also see one more variable, ATM, analysis time. So this variable will only have the time part. You can see read the description, time part of a LBDTC, date and time of a LBDTC, only the date of a LBDTC. Even the format, these are format of a SAS. Date 11 is one format, date time 16, time 5. These are all different formats in a SAS. So in a R, it's very simple. I don't have to worry much. Just use the function, pass the parameter, and you are done. Piping symbol. So I will continue my code. Control Shift M, calculate date. Prefix will be A. As you know, this function will give you the output variable name as DT, right? But we need ADT only. So I'm only passing the prefix as A. So finally we'll get the variable name as ADT. And input variable which we are passing is LBDTC. We are not doing any imputation. We only do imputation, as I have told you, with the adverse event data and CM data mostly, sometimes with the medical history data. Calculate ADTM. Just pass your prefix. By default, the output variable from this would be DTM. So if you, let's say if you don't pass this parameter, then the output variable name would be only DTM since you're not passing this. When I mention prefix as A, it will come up as ADTM as a new variable. And as you know, this variable have again LVDTC will have both date and time part. Only the time part would be extracted from this variable using this function. For time part, what is the variable name is ATM, analysis time. As I say you many times, you don't have to by heart the variable. There is a meaning behind the variable, and then you by heart it. Then you try to remember it. Analysis time. For this, the function name is derives where DTM to TM. DTM to TM. That means you have a date and time. So from date and time, I am converting the variable into only the time part. What I am passing here is ADTM. This is my input variable. From this, only the time part would be extracted. Calculate ADY. Analysis day variable. We are passing treatment start date. Treatment start date is the reference date, and using treatment start date and ADT, you have to create the ADY variable. And the new variable name is ADY. Let me run till here and see if it's working fine. LB1 created. Let me just scroll at the end. ADT, only the date part. ADTM, date and time part, both. And this is not needed, ATMF. It is coming up by default. So what happened is, in our data, we have till here. We have only the hour and minute part. And second is not there in the data. So that's why it is just imputing 00, but it's fine. ATM, we have the hour, minute, and second. And we have finally analysis day variable. So looks fine.